Track fans! How are you doing, everyone? You all good? We will just have a quick overview of what is coming up today. Now, oh, hello. Let me make myself fill the screen. Look at that. Look at that. Awesome. Right, there you go. Now we're back. So we've got young track fans. We've got new releases coming out. Would you rather? I say, would you rather, misses? And then we've got a live unboxing. Ta-da! So we'll do that on the show as well. Yeah, lifetime. We've got some events to look at, some racing to look at. And we've got it all going on here today for you track fans. Oh, and track focus. Who knew? Who knew the whole reason that everyone turned up for the show? Right. Let us get involved with the chat, which I can see is steaming ahead right now. In my side view, look at this. Nice. Or this, as I read it. So, yeah, don't tell anyone, but I shouldn't be doing that. Should not be doing that. That's technically watching live. Right, anyway, back to it. So, what I was saying, some people will say, you could do an unboxing live on the show. I was like, yeah. They're like, why? And I said, why? Because I'm frustrating myself. Do you like my new mug? Slot car junkie. Oh, yeah. Go there. There even. There. Go there and you'll find one for you. Anyway, someone said, we're doing an unboxing for. Why don't you make a video on the unboxing, Pete? You know, God, sell yourself short with... you know, do a live stream, do an unboxing, do a short, you know, just mix it up a bit. But do you know what? I figured out, I've been hard on myself all this year about, well, there's no requirement to make content, but I enjoy it and I like it. And I think to myself, well, I'm not really making content because I'm not making videos, as it were. I'm doing live streams. But then I thought to myself, hang on a second, let's have a look at allocated time here for slot car action in a week. And good morning if you're just tuning in. Yeah, so what I thought to myself, well, okay, hang on. How long does it take to put together a live show? This show, for instance. How long did it take me to do this show? Probably about, collectively, because I do it in dribs and drabs, about 4 hours. So I'm thinking, all right, 4 hours, you know, that's technically a couple of videos worth. So actually, I shouldn't be hard on myself because I do this and I love doing this because you guys turn up and make it hilarious. Mainly because of stuff that I'm creating a rod for my own back for, but I don't mind because it's all a bit of banter. And if we get to smile and laugh at least once a day or a week, then it's got to be worth it, right? Right, so as I'm bleating on before I get into the chat and say hello to you guys, crazy slot heads this morning, do me a solid, hit the like button, leave a comment or share this because that's what's going to push this out there and make the hobby grow. Not my channel. It will help my channel selfishly, but it will actually help other channels as well. And there are a few pop-up channels that have been starting recently. They're very exciting indeed. Dunlop Raceway, Small Sheds Raceway, and more. Brian's Pit Stop. You've got Spurs and Sprues. Sorry if I got that the wrong way around. Dino! But there you have it. Right, so I've got it on authority that Rob Sale is in the airport right now, towing the line, as we say. He would say, sorting out the direction and overseeing the operation. Nah, ain't Rob, you are towing the line like a good boy. Because we said, we worked it out in the Inner Circle of Trust members WhatsApp group. We worked it out that he'll probably be getting to the airport about 6-ish, which gives him ample enough time to get some overpriced food, a couple of pints, if that's your, you know, way you're inclined, which I think Rob's inclined that way. And then you've got the ability to go, right, I'm just popping off for a toilet. I was going to say something ridiculous then. And then you can tune in on the show. Tell him it took at least an hour and a half to clear the payload, and you are quids in when you go back to the concourse. Might not get spoken to for the rest of the holiday, but at least it was worthwhile. So there you go, Rob. I'll be expecting big contributions from you. And before anyone kicks off, 2 weeks ago, I messed up. There it is. I messed up. So there's your pound. Okay, right, let's get into the chat. Wow, you guys are going on. Brilliant. Right, we're going to blast through these because we have literally got a mega show to get through. Lots to do, lots to see. Stay tuned because this is the place on a Sunday and a weekend for slot car action. Ain't it right? So, let's do it. Right, here we are. Good morning, Anders. Look at that. I can't remember who was first in because YouTube scrubs the comments from a day or 2 days old. So do bear with me on that one. Good morning, Doug is in the house. Good morning, Fox and Walls. Help Fox and Walls out here. Oh, okay, all right. Before we get right into the chat, let's address this. This isn't strictly a feature of this show. I'm winging it right now. So I hope this works, or I'm gonna look like well, I wouldn't say I look like a clown because I've already got that title, but I will try and see if I can get this to work. Right, so you might notice a week or so ago, got on the sticker vibe. Yeah, that's it. I've been sent a couple of stickers. I know I'm about a year or so off the piste, but I've had a difficult year, so forgive me. I'm here now to revitalise it and see if we can get a round 2 going on. Anyway, right, let me change camera and I'll show you where I'm up to with the sticker thingy. And I got a new set of stickers just a couple of days ago, which I'll gladly do a short on. So I won't spoil who sent them, but I can hear him in the chat now going wild, going, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. Right, here we go. Let's see if I can work this. All right. So, what we got then? We've got Small Shed Raceway. Des, thank you very much, my friend. Rob Sale, nice one, brother. Mac fans, I need to update the logo, but they didn't send me a sticker yet. We've got Dunlop Raceway, nice. Steve, SPB Slots, awesome if you're into scratch building or inventing stuff out of literal rubbish. You can tell Steve watched the A-Team when he was a kid because he'd literally go into a barn and come out with a rocket launcher. And then, of course, the definite Australian addition to the hobby, Slightly Mad slot cars with Fox and Walls. And I had the pleasure, this was one of the first, well, I've redesigned this for them so that they can use it in a high resolution because they got a low res print one. So I redesigned that and sent it off to them. So I'm really pleased I got that done. So that there is the sticker board. Let's see if we can fill it. I don't know when we got a deadline to fill it by. And then if that goes and gets full, see over there, I've got a massive bit of foam board over there by all right, that'll do. So there you go. That's where I'm up to with the stickers, everyone. So if you've got stickers, you want to do a see, I'm having a go now. Right, back to the chats. Oh, it's a bit dark in here all of a sudden because I whacked out the light in sticker happiness. There you go. That'll do it. All right. So good morning, Tara. Good morning, Doug. Good morning, Mark Petch. I heard a comment in there about something about like losing the hair or something. Mark has got the biggest head of hair out of everyone right now. I'd say, I don't know, Rob Sale has got hair envy. And Lee from Lee Slot Cars. Don't think you're off the hook. Keith, good morning. Keith's been a little bit work focused lately. We've got to do it now and again. We've got to do it. But Keith, you know, there's a limit to how much you can give these people before it'll make you ill. So don't become ill. Get yourself a nice Cortina slot car, because that's his poison, and get on your track and have a little race. Good morning, Terence Graham. Hello from Bangkok. My lord, good morning, my lord. Well, I'm going to stop saying that now after this week. Disgraceful letdown. Where's my quid? I'll put a quid in there. It's borderline. I'll pay for it anyway. I don't think we've ever had anyone on from Bangkok before, which is Hong Kong. China. So good morning or good evening to you over there right now. And thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome aboard. You probably won't stick around long when you realise the substance of the show, but thank you while you're here. Wow, Hong Kong. Who knew? Bangkok, sorry, I beg your pardon, Bangkok. Good morning, Steve. I think Steve's got the day off today, if I'm not right. 3-day stretch, so stand by for some content on SPB Steve Slots. Good morning, Brian. Pit stop. And Daz is here. He's already been out sieging round the lake. Fair play to you, mate. That lake looks like a project. Maybe we could get the largest slot cut. Yeah, I got an idea for you, Steve. We're going to take on James May. Good morning, Rob. Rob, I heard you had a good race over the weekend. Fair play, mate. Nice one. Slots and Sprues is here. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm just getting messages that are a bit laggy. Am I all right now? Let me just go to the bottom so I can read if you've said sound check, mic check. Suppose best put the volume on, innit? Just think I'd have this handled by now. Slightly mad slot cars. Yeah. All right. Sound. Cool. Cheers, Daz. Thank you, mate. So we're like kicking my heels a little bit there, waiting for a little bit of verbal confirmation. Okay. Right. Got it. Okay. Sound. Who knew? It wouldn't have been a good show if there wasn't a technical itch. You know, an itch. I can hear him loud and clear. Loud mic check. All righty. All right. So without, hang on a second. Let me just make sure that I'm not moving too quickly here. But I hate to lose track on things. Nope. I seem to be in order. Good. What we got here? So we are on holiday season. Anyone going away anywhere at all? Like Rob Sale? It's out deserting everyone. Don't worry, it's been noted. Oh, it's never as that simple as that, is it? All these weeks I've been struggling with this scene, they call it, where you put your camera on the slideshow and not been able to do it. And then just like now, just like so easy, just popped it out there and just did it. It's like crazy. Right, so let's go. No further ado, what do we do at the start and the top of the show? Always, we encourage the youth, the young track fans. So let's get into it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Albert. Good morning, Wilf. Good morning, Lewis, Eleanor, Liam. Good morning, Jacob and Benji Edwards. Good morning, Jacob and Benji Edwards, of all people. Where's my co-host, Ruben? We saw him. Ah, oh, Ruben, mate. We saw you on your end of year concert at school on the stage. You got all the teachers as the band, and you're killing it on the lead vocals. That was superb. 7 minutes long song, and you killed it. Not murdered it. That's different. You killed it, which is right for the old fossils in the room. When you say you killed it, it means with the kids, it means you did really good. All right, now that we've got the language barrier for age deficiency out the way, hit the like button. Thank you. But yeah, he killed it. Absolutely so proud of Andy. I'll tell you what, right? Andy was hiding behind his phone, filming it, because I reckon there was a tear of pride rolling down there. A couple of them like that. He's like, get that phone close to my face. It's my boy. That's my boy up there. He's a killer on the drag strip and now he's a killer on the mic. Hello, Wembley. Yeah, can you hear me at the back? He was just so good. Yes, Ruben. Absolutely bringing it to the masses. Wrong slide. Sort your life out, Pete. So anyway, good morning, Jack. Good morning, Rowan. Slotars youth. Good morning, Lewis. Good morning, Ford, my youngest track fan ever. Until, it gives me great pride, great pleasure to announce this. My brother, the machine, is announced in the last week that they are pregnant again. Baby number 4 coming in. Hot. I'll bite my tongue off. You know where I'm going with this. So we will have a new young track fan coming through. How exciting. Good morning, Jacob in Thrapston. Good morning, Mia over in Canada. Good morning, Elliot. Good morning, Cam. Good morning, Leo in Nottingham. Good morning, Charlotte. We saw you pulling a face that looked like Keith. Hilarious. Good morning, Mason. Good morning, Owen and Jacob. Good morning, Emily and George. George in Oxford. Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, Bailey, Logan, Sophia, Raymond, my 3rd nephew. Good morning, Stanley and Teddy, Maskin and Archie. Those 3 from the Brecon Beacons right there. But let's not forget Sienna Rose, Hazel and CJ from the Peterborough and in particular Stilton area of the UK. Brilliant. Well done, young track fans. You are literally the lifeblood, the future, the next gen, the new breed, the new school, the whatever way you want to call it. You guys are it. And I tell you, people like Simon over at Scalextric for Schools, definitely Google that. If you're in education and you are a teacher and you want a quick win, you know, you want a quick syllabus, like I know what I'm talking about. This is it. Speak to Simon at Scalextric for Schools, because what it does is got the whole package for a year or 2 years, where you start, you get the kids, you start, you design in CAD the car, then you materialize that through to a production schedule, then you produce it, you test it, you tweak it, you read it, you redo it, you tweak it. They've got air tunnels going on in these things. Like these guys. Simon and his crew are teaching the next engineers, not only for Scalextric, selfishly, but for the motorsport industry itself. I mean, this is as good as it gets. This guy has got his finger on the pulse. So I know why he's doing it, and he hasn't ever alluded this, but this is my perception of the situation, is in about 10, 15 years, all of these kids that have gone through this, this experience in the last few years, right, they are going to be the guys in the paddocks of the F1, of Goodwood, of Brands Hatch, of Donny, of Alton Park, of wherever it is. And he's going to rock up and he's going to be on the phone like, hey, Naveed, hey, Tom, you know, we sorted you out last time with the school. Can I come and have a look around the cars? And they'll be like, hey, the teacher's here, boss, get down here. This is my teacher. This is the guy who put me in touch with you via education. Amazing. So all of these young track fans here, some people are, oh, why'd you do this? You know, why'd you bother with this? It's boring. Why? Get out. This is the future. You want slot cars in 10 years? These are the guys who are giving it to us. So let's treat them like a little bit of royalty. Children should be definitely seen and not heard. I agree with that. But while they're being seen and not heard, they could be useful on CAD. Now, I heard that Magnetic Racing, we're going to open up a CAD training academy, because they're going to need CNCers for the future, the way they're going, but also they're going to need designers for architecture for their project. It's just a great time to be in a hobby right now. I tell you everyone. I'm losing track of the chat as well. Eddie doing it sideways is in the house. How you going, Eddie? You all right, mate? Okay, cool. Right, cars and coffee. Okay, a bit of an announcement on this one. So 1 second. So I just mute myself there while I have a little bit of an expenditure of coughing. Oh, Dave's here. Dave's here. Slotar's here. Good morning, Slotar. How you doing, fella? Right. So yeah, cars and coffee. Let's talk about this. Right, cars and coffee. Okay. Um, on in Margate. On in a couple of weeks. It's a Sunday. It's 10 to 12. Now I've been talking to Scalextric. Now we're gonna go down there. We're gonna pile down there for you guys, and we were gonna do a live show from Scalextric's Wonderworks at Hornby, and surprise everyone. Go like, look, look, we're in there, yeah, like we did a couple of years ago. However, I thought a couple of years ago when we did it, we got down there at like, because that's when we run the show from 7:30. I think we actually did roll it back till 8:30 for purposes of we were out on the beer the night before situation. But we got down there, right, and it was crazy. Like no one was there. And we were like panicking, going, we can't get in the building. We're going to have like 50, 60 slot heads waiting for a live stream because we've advertised the back end out of this to see what's going on. We can't even get in. We had a stroke of luck though, because what we did was we saw a window open halfway down the back of the building, which we sort of knocked on and shouted through. And it turns out that's where the chefs and the cooks are, who have to go in early doors to get the service ready for the day at the cafe. So we explained the situation. They were good as gold. They were amazing. So kudos to the cafe team at Hornby. But talking to the marketing department at Scalextric to say, look, we want to come down, we want to do this. Last time it was a bit touch and go, and we don't want to do that this time. What we want to do is come in, streamline, set up, have a laugh. Me, SPB Slots, Daz from Dunlop Raceway, we were going to do a live stream from there. But so I wrote to them and asked them, and they come back and they said, look, Pete, we'd love you to do it, but we can't guarantee anyone's going to be there to let you in. So, you know, it is from, you know, the opening times from 10 till 12. So I applaud everyone if you're thinking about going, if you're in the area, you're intrigued or excited to carry on going. But I just wanted to let you know the live stream won't be from the show on the 2nd because we won't be able to get into the building at the time that we want to start broadcasting at 8 o'clock in the morning to keep continuity for an hour and a half to 2 hours to allow that show to come to fruition, to then be able to go in around the show, have a good laugh with people, do some races, maybe pick up a little car because I'm there. But that won't be happening now. So I just wanted to just let everyone know that was the plan and that's not what's happening. But there still will be a live show, and maybe, just maybe, we can speak to some people if they're heading down that way. I can't justify going down to Margate without a true, you know, motivation, let's say. It's a long way for a 2-hour coffee and a chat. But if you are local to there in Kent or East Sussex or Essex or London, then do go over there because they will have special offers on the day. They will have people that you can talk to and get advice and help from. And it'd just be a real nice open session with like-minded slot heads, Scalextric fans, right there for everyone. So yeah, enjoy that one. That is Coffee and Cars with Scalextric in a couple of weeks. Get there if you can. Moving on then to a live unboxing, I tell you. Right then, so here we go. I got a box here. Let me just, so that there's no confusions, just take my address off the side of the box because, you know, I'm well used to doing this. So I genuinely don't know what's in the box, because what I do when I get them is it comes with, oh, you can't see. Still on the slideshow, Pete, come on, sort it out. So what you can't see is when you get the box, it comes with a plastic thing on there with a delivery note in there, and it tells you exactly what's in the box because it's like an invoice dispatch note, whatever you want to call it. So I ripped that off. So I genuinely have absolutely no idea what's in this box right now. No idea. So we are doing it together. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Got my my knife. And remember, caveat here, if you are a young track fan, I don't need a knife. It's got one of these funky pull things on it. All right, so predictions then. What have we got in the box? We've got one car. Get rid of that. We don't need that in our lives. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the plastic off of it, the bubble wrap even. Get that out of here as well. Right, you ready? Together. Together we're gonna see what it is. I'm actually looking at my screen because I can't see back through the box. Oh. Oh yeah. Porsche 963, right? So this is in continuation from the last Porsche 963, which I believe, for me, is in the garage because I absolutely love the prototype car. So I'll get it out so we can have a better look. Oh, absolute beautiful. Quick sip of coffee from the merch. Slot car junkie, I reckon. We'll do a mug change in a minute. Okay, here we have it. Wow. Just very, very nice indeed. And you know, this keeps its same color palette from the previous one that we've seen, which was red, white, etc. Just try and get it so it angles in the light so you can see what it says and stuff. What does it say? It says, made in Vietnam, Porsche 963, and then a whole load of disclaimer boxes because, you know, or like these bits here. I mean, why do you need to put that on there? Why do you need to put that on there? That's regulation gone wrong when you're messing around with toys. It's like putting the smoking disclaimers on the slot car boxes. We're really sorry you had to see the disgusting name of cigarettes. You know, I mean, turn the movies on. All the villains are chugging away. Can't hide it. It's out there. But that is a stunning bit of kit. What do you reckon? Very nice car indeed. So I've got two of these now, the Porsche 963s. I think we need to find out. I'm going to do a video to find out which of the Porsche 993s is the fastest. So is it this one or is it the previous one, which I'll try and get you an image of it later. Probably won't actually because I'm useless doing things live. Turns into a quiet show, not a live show when I start concentrating. Okay, so what do we think of that then? That is a great idea. Oh, Dave Slotar, you are a absolute genius. And if you've done this on a video and I've not seen it, I'm compromised for not seeing it. So I do apologize. But that is absolutely world-class idea. Sorry, I can't highlight. I haven't figured out how to highlight the chat. I'm going to spend a day today figuring out a whole list of things that I want to do on screen that I haven't worked out yet. But Slotar says, buy a 2-inch, a half an inch, which is about a 1 centimetre for all of us young people out here. But if you're a fossil, buy a half-inch hose pipe and then chop it down like you're chopping down like a chorizo or a pepperami. Chop it down into slices, and then you can stack them, and it becomes a tire wall. That is, man alive, that makes sense. You can just tell that it's just like, just hit me like it's such a good idea. And only because I've got about 20 meters of half-inch pipe in the garage. Yep, so Daz is liking the car, Steve's liking the car. If you've just tuned in, that is the car. If you like it, hit the like button. It's a Porsche 962 from Scalextric. Good morning, Paul. Slot car 2020. Paul, did you get your news out last night out of interest? Paul, Slot car 2021, said that he was going to drop a news bomb last night, but I had a slight panic. I realised that about 10ish that I hadn't put any music to the videos of the track focus or the intro or the whatever else is coming up that you're going to see. So a slight panic. So I didn't get to see it if you did do that. Oh, Daz, how can you say that to me? How can you say I'm going to D-slot? It's not even in the slot. But since it's you, I'll put it in the slot. There you go. Right, it's in the slot. So could be a matter of time before it drops out. The slot car hobby is divided. Half love a hypercar, half fall asleep as soon as they're mentioned. Yes. We're going to come on to something along those lines in a minute, Dave. You've actually hit a key word-ish. And this is very much a part of what I'm about to talk to in a slide or two's time. So no further ado, we've done the unboxing. Thank you very much for sending that through, Scalextric. As you've seen here live, we're going to do a little experiment to see which of the 963s is the fastest. Technically, they should be the same, right? But that is not how it works in slot cars. You can buy 3 of the same slot car, and honestly, one will be mega fast, one will be slow, and one will have buckled wheels. It's just blows your mind. And I'm not just talking about Scalextric, I'm talking about other brands as well. It's like uncanny. So what I need to know is this faster than the original 963 of 2025? That's what I'm thinking. Brian says he loves the car, but he'd be worried he'd crash and smash it if you had it. Well, isn't that the point? The real Jimmy P, nice to be here, is in California in the USA. Welcome aboard, my friend. You might know Jason, my pit boss. He was here earlier, but he's gone for a power snooze. And he might check in a bit later, he might not. I think there's a race going on and he needs some beauty sleep, probably a lot of it. I'm joking, pit boss. I love you, man. Free 2K cars are more my thing. It's already a problem sometimes, says Bradley. Brad, how you doing, my friend? Yes, a lot of people are like, I have a slight problem with pre-war cars, believe it or not. It's probably not pre-war to be fair, but things like the thin wall special, beautiful car, like the Rolls Royce that we were doing. I never really finished, got bored of it. But we're just going to stick it there as a hybrid, and some others over there that we're working on as well. Next slide. It brings me fabulous, gives me great pleasure to bring you news of a 12-hour digital race happening here in Northamptonshire in a month, just under a month's time. There's space. It's a 12-hour GT3 digital race imitating the Bathurst 24-hour Liquid Molly sponsored race, Mount Panama. I probably got that wrong, but I'm going with it. If you want to enter this, you are more than welcome. You have to go to Slot Forum and look up a guy called Nick Kurswill. I will bring attention to his name. I'll put a post out a bit later to say, I have to write this down, honestly. I had a brain like a sieve. I get so excited about the show that during the show, I forget about it. Nick with Molly Leaks. So as I was saying, There's enough for 10 teams because of the capacity of the venue. There are already 5 teams signed up. Hyper Monkeys, Slot Car Racing, Garage, I think it's 27, and amongst some. So there's 5 spaces, 5 teams left. I think some of the guys are coming over from the continent, Tamar and the boys. He's trying to put together a European team. Not sure yet how that's going to work. But if you want to get involved in this, now this is obviously this isn't your off the street race event, but I do like to cover different race events for different levels of ability and enthusiasm, because when you're going into this type of race, you are an enthusiast because it is next level. The entrance, it'll be a case of practice Saturday, race Sunday. It will start in the dark as the true race does. So they are going for real elements and touch points to make it authentic. Nick's running it. He's using the Oxygen slotted digital system on the latest firmware or latest update. They are using Disca GT3 rules. The entrance fee is £75, and with that fee you will get, I think it's 3 sets of tyres, a specific motor which every team will use. And my advice is to sign up now if you want to do this, because it's going to give you and your team more skin in the game or time to prepare for the race. Breaking motors in, truing tyres, finessing the light systems on your cars, whatever it may be, the spray jobs. And I failed to mention the track itself will be a 4-lane Ninko track. So if you like that kind of undulating, grippy texture, you like GT3, you're big on your digital, you're an absolute anorak because you can get that system to work. No offense, guys out there, but yeah, it's beyond me. I looked at that well, they use SCP3 controllers now. I've got an SCP2 controller and it is like next level. It's got buttons and dials and everything on it. And here's me trying to use it in my 5-foot track, wondering why I can't think of anything to work. So you need expanse, right? You need a slot car expanse. This is going to bring it to you. Just reading through the chat quickly. Oh, okay. Brad says, in addition to what we were talking about with the 1/2 inch or 1 centimetre garden hose, Brad has kicked in as well with another idea, which is half automotive heater hose is black and flexible. Interesting. That's good, because I remember on one of the Wired on Wednesdays, the Wednesday night members only live stream that we do here, Brad was telling us from his his upbringing, his youth, he was all over, in his words, American steel, big, like the muscle cars, Challengers, all the vibe, Challengers and Corvettes and all of these things. I'm just losing my mind here. So that's a great idea. So automotive as well, automotive. Daz is saying that Porsche would look good in his endurance collection. I know. Well, keep your eyes peeled. Just reading through the chats, guys. There's nothing compared to hitting a tank wombat, says Fox and Wild. What? Have you got a tank on your track? New software update for Oxygen, says Slot Car 2021. DESS. I don't know if that's a typo for Dez's name or if it's an acronym for something that I'm not aware of. But there you go. Pete, will there be any coverage from the race? Yes, is the short answer to that. So, I've been in touch with Nick because I like to ask permission to go to film race events. I don't like to assume. And he's given us his blessing. So thank you, Nick, for that. I appreciate that. Fortunately for us, right, where the venue is, it's just about 1.5 miles away from my house. So in the next week I'm going to be going over to the hall and befriending whoever runs it. And I'm going to see whether they've got broadband, whether I can use it, if it's stable enough and fast enough to live stream from. And if it is, game on. I'm going to bring a live show from the event and I'm going to try and do it for the whole show, which will give me something to think about for the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. Anders is asking, hello from anyone else who loves their slot cars. Oh, you like slot cars? We're in the wrong place. This is about gardening in here. I'm joking. Read the room. Read the room. Oh, it's the wrong slide. Okay. If you want to enter, I suppose I've talked a good shop on this now. You can find Nick and you can find this information not only on the post I put out soon, but actually in slot forum. So type slot forum, 2 words, in Google and it will pop up and you can go in there, go to the tab that says events or says forums. It gives you a drop down. You go in there and it says events. So can't say fairer than that, everyone. That's going to be a hell of a race. A hell of a race because the 5 teams that are already entered are super competitive. Man alive, there's going to be some proper action on that track that day. Okay, brilliant. Right then, here we go. I thought this was going to be a different slide, but it'll be the next slide anyway. It all ties in. So, would you rather... Unbelievable. This is my morning, right? I'm sat here, I'm like, would you rather? And I'm looking around for the slot car that's literally right under my nose. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's here. Would you rather one of those, the Porsche 963 prototype, or a Revo slot, and I've forgotten whatever the hell this car is. I think it's an Opel. Yeah, it's the Opel Kadett. Maybe a Kadett. Someone hit me up. The Volvo is back. Coming in. The Revo, says Steve. Yeah. So prototype versus group 5 or group 1. I'm not sure. Yeah, group 1, isn't it? That Opel. He wants it, says Brad. Defo de Revo, says Keith. Good morning, Janu. Janu has just got up. Good morning, Janu. How you doing, my friend? Oh, no. Oh, no, Dave. The pinion was cracked out of the box. What car was that you got? Oh, hang on. The Fly. An hour of running gears in, and I swear this Fly is now louder than it was an hour ago. But the question is the Fly that you've been working on that's proper loud as a Legends, a Pioneer Legends? Because if you've not heard one of those before, oh, mate, they are like literally like the wet vac. If you've ever had a wet vacuum cleaner, that sounds like they're like you're sanding the floor with it. It's like, brah! Craziness. We got some more answers here. So Rob Crossland says the Revo. Yeah, I knew this would trigger a couple of people, especially you, Daz. Used Dave Slottar. So Daz is saying Revo slots are better detail, but they're not a fan of his Scalextric layout. And yeah, granted, that's quite good. That's a very, very diplomatic answer for you. Very controlled. I think you've turned a corner, Daz. Anders said he'd rather have wood splinters under his nails than buy a new Revo. Oh, no. Oh, Anders, you didn't get caught, did you? You didn't get captured, as they say, back when we were in our former careers. You know, that's the sort of thing that happens when you get captured, mate. You didn't get captured, did you? And we've got much better techniques these days than the old wood splinters, I tell you. I'd straight in on the dental treatment if you capture me and going on the dental treatment, I'm going to sing like a baby. I mean, you can pretty much do anything else and I won't talk, but yeah, going in the teeth or the nether regions, and yeah, I'm going to sing like Cyndi Lauper. Paul says, slot Pioneer Legends gear mesh, ear defenders are needed. Exactly. Brian says he'd take the Revo slot, but only because he doesn't have one yet. Nice. I tell you what, Brian, if you're going to have a look at a Revo slot, I mean, everyone's got their own choice and their own preference and their own taste in cars, right? I think personally, Rob Sale has got this Revo slot, and it was one of the earlier things I did on the channel. I tuned it up for him. It was quite difficult to tune up because, you know, I'd never seen a metal chassis before, so I was like a fish out of water. But he sent that down. It was the white Escort with the blue stripe down the side of it. I tell you, I've got to give it to Revo slot, even though they were barred off the channel for a year last year or the year before. The detail you are paying, you get what you pay for with a Revo slot when it comes to a Shelf Queen type model, because they are absolutely stunning. And take that from someone who enjoys spraying cars or spraying anything that won't move for 5 minutes. Steve. Steve's just got the airbrushing bug, so he's like looking for things that like he can spray, because you run out of things to spray really quickly when you start, because you want to spray everything. Yeah, really nice. Now I'm torn. I'm absolutely torn on this, because whilst I appreciate the paint job and the old schoolness of the Opel, I mean, look at this. Seriously, look at this car. And it is Marmite. You love it or hate it. I agree. But, yeah, we know what's going on this afternoon. We know what's happening this afternoon. Let's move on. And I'll tell you what, before I go on the next slide, what I'll do is just a quick caveat, because, you know, I love having your company here, and it does do a service to everyone in the hobby. Some of us are very isolated, very remote by location, Robbie Williams, or you're on your own. Maybe you're older age, or you've gone, you know, you just never bothered with anyone, so you might be on your own, or you might just, you know, just be just a happy recluse. So what the show does is it brings everyone together without having to actually go anywhere. It's genius, right? We're all connected, chatting to each other, finding out what's new, what's hot, and we don't leave the front room or the garage or the shed or the basement or wherever the hell you watch this this live show. And while you're watching the live show, it really, really helps if you hit the like button for us. Honestly, just smash that up. That'll do perfectly. And if you're watching it back a bit later and you've not been privy to the live stream, do leave us a little comment. Let us know what you think. Because whilst it's breakfast here in the UK, it's dinner time in Australia, in the middle of the bleeding night in America. Europe has already got up and gone out. Slot car Duderino, oida! He's already halfway down the runway doing his job, and Anders, he's on his second lap of pancakes. Slim, sorry, did I say that out loud? Love you, Anders. Big kiss. Back to slides. So yeah, I think it's a resounding win for Revo slots. A lot of love for the Opel Kadett. Well done. Not that I want to bait brands against each other. It's more of a bit of feedback for the brands to find out what's rocking people's world. And don't get me wrong, this is only the opinion of the people that watch the show and engage in the live chat or the comments later. Thank you very much. So there is a wider question to be asked. Talking about questions, I don't know if any of you eagle-eyed people have noticed, but I am running a little bit of a poll in the chat at the post sections at the moment. Not quite sure how that works. Right, I see. We've got no votes on the poll. In my post section on the channel, I'm asking you guys to do a quick poll for me. So you've got a choice of which is the best manufacturer right now. Is it Scalextric, Slottit, Carrera, NSR? And yes, 4 is the limit that I can choose. So going by the taste and the flavour of the people in the show and sort of going, these are the most popular brands amongst us, if you like, or the people that subscribe and watch and enjoy the shows and the videos. I'm quite happy on feedback in the comments, not the live chat, but the comments, because I'll check that for this. If you want to do other brands and just get a poll going on those as well. But these seem to be the ones that are kind of talked about the most, are the most active online, and definitely out and about the most. Of course, you've got Scale Auto. Of course, you've got Polycar. Of course, you've probably got, you know, other brands like Le Mans Miniatures, like Fly, like Avant Slot, like whoever else. I get it. SCX. So I can't fit them all into a 4-way poll. So I've done these. And in honesty, Scalextric and Slottit, they're so good to the channel and the show. They get involved, they interact, they enjoy it. Maurizio's great. Simon and the team down there, amazing. I hear nothing from Carrera and nothing from NSR. So if any of those guys want to get in touch and, you know, do some unboxing on the live show, you got a platform. So reach out. Reach out, reach out. I get copyrighted now because that singing is so close to the real song. It's what you come here for, right? In the words of Massimo. Has anyone seen MP recently? Here you go, Dave Slotar. Going back to what you said earlier about the hobby being really divided by the increased level of prototypes being produced and launched. There's been a lot of chat online. I've noticed by doing my research for the show, you by default read a lot while you're searching for things. Oh, that's interesting. I'll read that, or I'll listen and watch to that, watch and listen to that. So you've got here, are manufacturers producing too many GT3 style cars? And for the younger track fans out there, let me help you out with what a couple of GT3 cars look like so you can understand the context of this part of the conversation. You guys who are much older, you guys don't need it, all right? You guys don't need this little bit of help. I'm just reaching for some different cars so I can share them with you. Who's got hearing damage? Dave Slotar says, I'll never hear from Carrera UK. They don't even communicate with the dealers. Well, that's a bit of a depressing weekend then, if they're not dealing with the dealers. Could you imagine that? Like, anyway, I will get in my Mitsubishi car and drive away. Say no more. See Dave chuckling to himself now. Right, so GT3 cars, guys, for the young track fans. So here we go. We've got an Audi. There you go, an Audi. R8, yeah. I was just, so it's let me hold it at the front so it stays together. Right, so young track fans, that's an Audi R8. It's a GT car. Then you've got a GT4 car. This is cool as hell. This is actually one of those 360-degree ones that you can do massive J-turns on in the track. Just love this car. And this was a gift from Mac. Mac chucked this in when I bought a couple of cars off him. Sorry, Mac, like everyone knows Mac. Boise's slot cars. Embarrassing. Sorry, Boise. I'm going to get this right. Boise's bargain buys. That's it. Boise's bargain buys. And then one of my personal favourites, the Mercedes AMG in last year's livery. Now, the livery on this is just spectacular. It's a matte finish or flat finish if you're in another country. And the pink, the blue, the darker blue, the accent detailing of the little pink rim around the front of the grille, or indeed on the back, just here, just above where that rear, those sticky out bits are, whatever they're called. The detail is exceptional. So they're GT cars. Now, do you think that there are too many GT cars being made at the moment? But then on the flip side of, if you think there are too many GT cars being produced, what do you produce instead? It's a very, very difficult thing for a manufacturer such as Slot It, Haven't Slot, SCX, BRM, Revo Slot, Scalauto, whoever else, SRC to. It's like rubbing a crystal ball, you know, it's like polishing a crystal ball. Let's make these cars and pray that people buy them. But then when people say, we want these cars, as Travis found out, no one buys them. I mean, fair play, he did get rid of all his in the end. He did, I think, I don't know if he had to drop the price on them to get rid of them towards the end to cover his costs. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a year and a half. So yeah, all the best to him. But yeah, he did that when he made a run of those little Tinker, those black cars that he made. Can't remember. I don't think they were Ferraris. But nevertheless, so let's have a quick look. What do you guys think of that? So I'll come on to the big screen while I run through some of these. Yeah, sorry, just to... Okay, I just got back to where we were. And Dave says about the Legends, a slot it running gear. I've lost the comment now. Oh yeah, slotting plus crown and slot it pinion on a Legend, total silence. And I think I did this myself, yeah. So I've done this myself on my Legend. You can just about see there, I've got well, I've actually got a slot it, that purple gear, and a slot it pinion, because they send you black plastic ones. So I put my own one on there. Now, the problem that I had with this one in particular is, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to exemplify it here. Okay, it's all right. It was just the front bumper just fell out. Is that gear there is very close to the tyre. See, there's a couple of millimeters in it. And that caused me some problems, some real problems. But there you go. That's my Legend. Custom spray job, of course. So yeah, so I get that, Dave. Yeah, but when you've got a right gear and pinion on them Legends, it does trim it down. Right, let's catch up on some of the comments here in regards to our manufacturers manufacturing too many GT cars. Okay, we've got some info on the poll. Who's the best manufacturer right now? We've got 50% for Slot It. Don't think Dave has voted for them. 25% for Carrera, 25% for NSR, and nothing for Scalextric at the moment. So we'll see by the end of the show if the poll that's running on the post section of my channel in tandem with this show is actually going to give us some insights from the manufacturers. So let's get into the chats. Pioneer can surely make better gears, and slotting plus is the way to go, says Paul at 2020. Paul at Slotcar 2021. Brad says, takes several minutes of laps for my Revos to hook up. Scalextric track, haven't even tried on a Carrera track yet. No, well, there's something to do later or tomorrow as you read this, mate. Hornby. Best manufacturer in terms of quality and consistency is still Racer Sideways. in the opinion of Slotar. Keith has just voted. Thank you, Keith. Yes. Brad, I'm so confused. Choose just one? Exactly. It's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. What do you mean my singing deafened you, Paul? I mean, seriously, you got kids. You don't know what's coming down the hill. Oh, interesting. I was just reading what Dave Slotar was saying about pre-sale at Carrera. The cars that Revo and BRM are making now. Yeah, it seems like they've absolutely, it's definitely Revo slot, have absolutely smashed it, haven't they? The last year, and I'm glad I've lifted the embargo on them on the channel because it'll be really difficult not to talk about them with the great work that they're currently doing. Very, very good work. Cheers, Daz. Daz is saying, smash up the like. The new, Brad saying, the new MR slot car, DB and MBZ from the 50 are already sold on me. Interesting. Scalextric have fun cars and unique cars. Always cool to add some of those. Brilliant. I agree with that. So I personally think I like a GT3 car. You see, I like it. They're quite big. They're robust. They're not as finicky. They're easy to work with and tune up because they've got a bit of expanse to the body. And try and tune up a Mini. It's really hard because there's like hardly anywhere to, if you've got oversized fingers, being polite, then, these finicky bits like trigger alert, like a suspension spring, Rob Crossland, a suspension spring, or, in my case, non-magnetic screws, it's going to mess you up. It's going to absolutely ruin your day, ruin your partner's day because your day's been ruined, even ruin the dog's day because he ain't getting a walk. Sorry, it's not getting a walk. Got to be more modern these days. Yeah, nuts. Absolute nuts. Talking about slot car nutness though, there's some nuts right here. Not nuts, pork pies. It's a different kind of food, but it's actually the home of Melton Mowbray. Melton Mowbray is the home of the pork pie, I should say. And if you're out of the country and you have no idea what a pork pie is, it is totally legitimate food. That might sound a bit odd. It is a bomb. If you're a vegetarian, it's not your go-to bit of snack. But if you are a red-blooded meat eater, then it is. Reach for the pork pie. Beautiful. And I'm going shopping in a bit, and now I'm feeling hungry. But more to the point, whilst you're scoffing pork pies, you can try and win yourself a pork pie fashioned trophy at the Pork Pie Slot Rally, which is loosely, well, it is a part of the GB Slot Rally sponsored by Staff's Slots UK. As you see in the image, when you go to a GB Slot Rally event, you have stages, a bit like the rally. It comes in rally stages, right? So as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stages, and I'm not sure if any are on the right hand side of the screen as well, but you've got 7 chances of getting it right. And the thing that draws me to rally the most is, yes, there is a light element of tuning needed, but because the tracks are so wildly different, there really isn't that much tuning you can do, because on one track it's going to be great, on the next track it's going to be absolute smoking steaming turd. And that's the brilliance of it. It means if you're new or you're just no good like me at racing, you've got a chance. You have a chance. You don't have to revert to old school tricks like dropping a couple of drops of laxatives into the best racer's tea when they're not looking, or, just sort of letting someone's tires down when they're not looking. You don't have to do any of the any strategies. You just have to crack on. But look, this is coming in a couple of weeks now. Probably drop it out now. So it's your last chance to think about it. Go to Slot Forum, approach the Pork Pie Slot Rally organisers and get yourself on the list. Cannot talk highly enough of these events. Okay, about a month ago, I said on the show I was looking to call out slot car clubs, pardon me, bring some direct, some exposure to what you're doing, your operation, your club, your way, your way. This is the way, in the words of the Mandalorian. If you want, I mean, I go to Slot Forum and I have a look at the club section, and honestly, it's like thousands of clubs. I mean, we've got it so good here in the UK, we just don't know. We're born. This is the challenge with America and Canada in particular, and Australia, which are big spaces. You just can't get the density of population of people that law of averages says in 9 million people, 90 people will do slot cars. You've got like 900 people and no one does slot cars except you. This is the challenge that Harry used to have in Latvia. So Harry, Scale slot cars, he was formerly had the biggest slot car channel in the Balkans. It was huge over there, massive, but he couldn't go racing. He just content through the roof, big following, huge in Latvia, but just couldn't get anyone for a race. How unfortunate, right? So rather than me running around trying to chase my tail and find clubs where people have posted recently just to find out it's not right, if you want to give your club a bit of a boost, a bit of exposure, because, people are coming into the hobby all the time and they're hitting Scalextric or slot cars or find a club near me or slot car racing or Scalextric action. And it's hard to find these things quickly. So if they go on YouTube and type it in, generally, Track Fans TV does come up because of how many videos and how long and how frequent we do it. So if you want to give some insights and a shout out to your club, drop me an email or send me a note and we can do it that way. So it's Pete. My email address is, and I'll say it sort of loosely so the bots don't pick it up. It's Pete, the number 5, Brown, the numbers 77 at Google's, version of mail.com. There you go. That's Gmail, just in case some of you fossils are still on Google Mail. I just had that thought there. Polycar's cheapest chip, says Daz, and I love a good polycar. I sprayed one up recently on the Wide on Wednesday shows for Becky. That is a nice bit of kit. That is a nice bit of kit. So just thinking then about racing in particular. A lot of us race on our own and we do personal best racing against the clock. And occasionally we get out to an event like a slot car festival or a slot car club or a jolly outing like we were going to do to Margate. And the unwritten rule is that you split your time in 3. If you're racing, when you finish racing, you do marshalling. When that race finishes, you take a break. And that's the sort of unwritten rotation of how a slot car club race or event works. If there's a lower amount of people, you do more marshalling. It's just the way it does. But a lot of people find marshalling inconvenience. And often or not on club nights when we have the break and then we're coming back to start the race heats, it'll be like pulling teeth getting people to put the tyre down or whatever bit they're working on and come to the track and do some marshalling. As you can see here, actually, this guy here on the screen, he is awake. He takes it seriously. That's Nick. That's the guy who's setting up the 12-hour liquid molly Disca 12-hour at Bathurst race. That's your guy. That's Nick. But anyway, more to the point, I'm like, because some people don't like marshalling. So I'm like, how do we get more people to like marshalling? I think we need to mix up the demographic, right? Because quite frankly, I want to go to the slot car club on the left. What? I'm a red-blooded male. Sue me, all right? So we need to... Actually, do you reckon we can get Nick to wear that outfit at the at the Liquid Molly Bathurst. Do you reckon we can get him to slip into those shoes? I think he'd look great. He would look literally amazing. Hubbada, 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 says Nick. So there you have it. Anyway, look, if you're thinking about marshalling, it doesn't always have to be too boring. Look at that. Daz, I'm stacking it on that corner. The truck drivers are coming out now. Brilliant. Right. I knew that would wake you all up. Good morning, everyone. I know. I triggered the... No sound, Mark. Do you mean no sound? Stop blaming the marshals. Right, so here we are. Right, so they're my repetitive words. I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying that. So sorry. Here we have, there you go, that's much better. The stool looks uncomfortable she was sitting on. And Rob Crossland finds marshalling more stressful than driving. Yeah, absolutely. I think, right, got to address this before we get into the wheeler dealer. Right, okay. I understand it's my fault when I come out of the slot, yeah? It's my fault for crashing, okay? What I want you to do, oh yeah, lifetime. What I want you to do, right, the cars come out of the slot. I want you to do this. That's what I want you to do when you're marshalling. What I don't want you to do is pick it up, look at the braids, because you can't see, because you're a fossil. Look, go like this a little bit. Give them a little braid. Look, stretch them out like this. Have a look around. Oh, yeah. I'll have a tea, John. Yeah, I'll have a tea. Yeah. Cheers. Oh, yeah. There you go, mate. Yeah. 2 minutes, mate. 2 minutes. And then, like, I'm biting my tongue from screaming over there, going, get it in the slot. Get it in the slot. So stressful. And the thing, so stressful. I know I crashed, but when I marshal for you, I'm like Rob Crossland. He feels guilty when he picks it up and he mishandles it, trying to get it in the slot. And then you're like this, you're trying to get it in, and you're like, no. And you get it in, and it's that feeling, you're ruining someone's best lap or you're ruining someone's race. Some people didn't get that memo. They didn't. They're like, oh, yeah, just check it out. Oh, hang on. Yeah, you need a little bit of, I'll just get you some speed oil for your bearings. I'm like, put it in the slot. You're like in the lead. You're in the lead. And they're like, oh, yeah, I just saw your man. Yeah, get out. Oh, I'm getting triggered. 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 Right, I'm going to have to calm down. Let's have an advert. My God. Okay, I'm feeling a lot calmer now. A lot calmer. Wow. Woo! Just took me out there. Took me out that thinking about marshalling. I know I should keep it in the slot, but if you're going to marshal, at least marshal. You know, stand there having a social life. That's for your break. Unreal. Looking at this then, Wheeler dealer. Oh, Steve's a great guy. Some of the memes I get from Steve, honestly, if they got out, the government would come looking for you. Not let alone the slot police. Spokes or mags? What did you go for? Mag wheels or spoke wheels? That is the question right now. I personally, I'm torn. All right, I'll be honest with you, I'm torn. I like spokes because I'm a child. I grew up in the 80s and the early 90s where you had like XR3Is and stuff like that, which is all about the spokes. But then I do quite like the mag wheels because mag wheels sort of remind me a little bit of JDM, a little bit of custom. I'm torn. What are your views? What do you think? Do you mag or you spokes? Let's help Steve-O. Let's help brother Baldy out. Oh yeah, there's another one who's got no hair. Steve Slots, staff Slots even. No hair Steve. Don't mess with the Baldies. Yeah, I like this. I like the nice cars. Obviously, you got the Ford. Looks like a Ford Focus. Yeah, I can read it on the rim there. And then on the right hand side, you've got this black and grey where the mag wheels are. This Ferrari, but I'm not sure what model of it Ferrari that is. Maybe you could hit us up in the chats. Oh no, Fox and Wolves are saying that they've got marshals that will break your mirrors and rear spoiler, putting it back on the track. Yes. Rob Crossland, Mark Navidad is a ninja marshal. Oh, I tell you what, right? Mark Navidad is salt of the earth. He is one of the nicest guys. We should call him Mr. Nice. Actually, that moniker was taken. Uh, we should call him Nice Guy Mark or something like that because he is. There's very few people, because bear in mind what I do for a living. I do sales marketing. I've done sales for like quarter of a century now, 25 years. I'm normally 95% an extremely good judge of character, and I'll know the cloth that you rub from within minutes of talking to you because of all the little voodoo tricks that I've picked up over the years. Mark is genuinely such a nice guy. I've got so much time for him. And he'll do anything for you. He works at Electric Dreams, which is an electrifying slot car shop over in LA, California IA. And he used to go to the shop as a customer. And then what happened was people would come in to buy slot cars, and Mark would start showing them around because he's like an enthusiast. He loves the hobby, so he'd be sharing his experience with them, and they'd be buying slot car tracks and in slot cars. So Marco, being the shrewd guy he is, goes, "Oh, yeah, Mark, hang on, you're doing more business than my salespeople, so want a job." But Mark's one of these guys who likes to dress up in spray-on clothes. You know, the lycra leggings like Mr. Motivator used to wear. He's a bit like that in his day job. He's a bit of a personal trainer, so running around LA with his spray-on clothes, you know, gym training the rich and famous. So this he calls his jobby, which is his hobby job. Brilliant, jobby. I never heard that before meeting Mark. He is such a lovely guy. So yeah, what was the model of that Ferrari on the right? Did we have it? Ah, Slot Car 2021 says exactly what I was thinking when I read out Fox and Walls's comments about Check, check, check. Ah, there you go. Good. Mic check. One down, one to go. And people all going on about me like, yeah, why'd you get two mics, Pete? Why'd you spend your money on two mics? That's why, because I'm ready. See? See? Turned a corner. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know when I cut off. I don't know how long ago it happened. But yep, bingo. One for the bingo card. At least it was the right microphone this week. Anyway, get this, get this, get this, get that, and it will change your life. Right. Oh, another bit of coffee. Oh, hello. Love it. Look, coloured handles and everything. I like it. New look logos. Mark thought it was his telly again. Nah, it's not your telly, mate. It's the slick show. It's the well-oiled operation I'm running here. But it's good. I wanted to run the battery down on that because batteries have memories, believe it or not. And if you just use the first quarter of the battery and then top it up in a quarter and then top it up, in time, the life will only be a quarter. Really weird how that works. Talking about weird how it works, I heard from the Mag fans, the commander-in-chiefs of the scenery outfit at the hobby, we've got a brand new building coming out, or it's just been launched on the website this week. We are breaking this story live. So, well, I haven't caught up with Kennedy's news from Friday, so I don't actually know if I'm breaking the news live, but I'm going to go with it anyway, and I can be corrected later in the comments. Yes, look at it. So this looks like it's going from a Goodwood or a Silverstone style, sort of, we're probably around the late between the 30s and the 50s, 1930s, 1950s, with this style of architecture. You can see there's a lot of wood. You would not have a wooden fire escape now a days. It would have to be metal for fire regulations. Talk to me if you need any help with fire regulations. I'm an expert. But it looks good. And you can get figures from Tara, figures from them actually, yeah, sorry, not to sell them short, and a few other suppliers out there. You've got Ron Trackside, obviously you've got Tara, yeah, I mean it goes without saying, 1 in 32 Scalextric figures. We also got Wasp Slots as well, they do some figures. So we've got lots of people with lots of printers coming around. Brian's Pit Stops, he's tinkering with his 3D printer at the moment, and I tell you, he's doing a fabulous job as well. The bridge looks awesome. Don't show it to Bridgerton, because he'll try and get you to make him a bridge to get out of building his own bridge. We know what you like, Keith. We're watching you. Oh, is that track Focus? Is that track, we've got about 500 years till we see the first track and get a sniff of the action? Oh yeah. Just saying, just throwing it out there, like, just throwing it out there. I mean, we just saw Mag fans, and I did this last time as well. I did the Mag fans thing. And I didn't play their advert, which I'm going to do now. And there they are. Right, so let's get back to slides. There we go. Got that there. All right, I love it. I'm currently working on a couple of side projects video-wise, so stay tuned for those. But in the meantime, I think we've got a little bit of track focus to get on to. Yes. And I do like to say, oh, wrong button. Got one button, Pete. Okay, while we're getting into track focus, here's a question for you while we're focusing on tracks. What length or table dimensions, this is a great question, do you class personally, so everyone in here is going to have a different opinion on this, what do you class as a larger track? What constitutes as what goes from being a regular track for you to a bigger track in your opinion? IYO, in your opinion. See what I did there? I remixed IMO. Oh, genius. Now, talking about genius, kudos to Carlos. Carl, what are you doing to me? Honestly, right, here's the thing. Carl is redoing his track, and I think he's putting all of the Jaguar skills he's learned and picked up over the years into the track because it's absolutely mind-blowing. If you enjoyed the thumbnail image of this live stream show, the bit that you see on the telly before you click it to get the stream, the thumbnail image, that was also one of Carl's images from this track. And there was another 4 or 5 he's taken that I could have easily used. I'm trying desperately not to turn it into the Carl Orton show, but he's making it extremely difficult because this, look at the blotchiness of that track. He's like sprayed it to perfection. It's undulating, it's patchy, it's worn, it's got damage, and it's got a Ferrari on it, an actual Ferrari. Someone's going to tell me that's a Porsche now and ruin my life. Computer crash, couldn't take the excitement of the show. What happened? Oh no. Oh, Tara's bringing us a quick update on the new magnetic racing viewing platform. She says that they have a set of first aid hut figures too. If you want to use it as a first aid hut downstairs, that's going back to the mag racing building. So well done, Carl. Hitting yourself, doing the numbers this week with hitting oh God, come on, Pete. Well done, Carl, for shot of the week. That's what I was trying to get to. I tell you, this is why it takes 20 minutes to get to track focus, because I'm struggling speaking. It's all the excitement. That's all it is. It's just pure excitement of having slot cars for breakfast on Sundays. I don't know what we used to do. Seriously, I don't know what we used to do before we got slot cars on a Sunday morning through Sunday slot car sessions. But anyway, we've got here No Filter Internet. Nice track. Let's check it out. It's coming, honestly. Okay, let's bring it round again and just take a little walk through together. So nice little starts on a little rally stage start with the almost like a marquee, and it's a single lane track. Just bring that sound down a little bit. It's a single lane track and you are rally staging. You've got big loops back on yourself. You've got the hump track, which is synonymous to this Ninko desert or desert racing. It's like a bit like Dakar racing. So you got Andy Smith popping shapes right now because he's a big Dakar racing fan. Have you seen any of that Dakar racing out of interest? When a couple of years ago, Mac, being the sterling brother that he is at Boise's Bargain Buys, he actually commissioned me to design a Dakar inspired t-shirt, which I did. So I was researching Dakar because I wasn't familiar with it at the time, and just getting to the bottom of what it is, what you know, the trigger points, the talking points. And the whole thing is a talking point. It is just mentalists. Like, have you ever seen it? They're like hurling themselves off these sand dunes in like Mad Max style buggies. It's absolute bonkers. I loved it. So it was nice to see this Dakar inspired slot car track there. So cheers for that, No Filter Internet. We're paying close attention to you to see what else you come through with, because that was immense. Okay. Yesterday Raceway. Now I think, do you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think I've had this track on the show a year or two ago. It's just the colour scheme kind of drew it to me. But here's a close-up of it anyway. I love the way that he's got the different colour lighting going on. So he's got the violet-y purple inner kind of vibe going on. And then you've got the actual street light bright of the race circuit going on. Real nice, just a nice detail, this one. See you later, Dave. Oh, hang on. Dean had a computer crash. I've killed his church off. Have organised the driver for Friday visit Churchy. Won't be racing, says Fox and Walls. So just catching up on the chat while we're having a little look-see at the yesterday raceway. Anything bigger than 9.5 foot by 6 foot layout. Okay, so that's your layout. 16 foot plus straight constitutes as a big layout for Paul Slot Car 2021. Dave, UC Slot Cars is in the house. Good morning, Dave. How you doing, fella? Or good evening to you. Dave, I'm in the sticker whip. We've got to swap stickers, baby. I've noticed that you've got some new ones out. Brad says his whole living room is a Scalextric track. Only 2/3 of the family room is track, and the coffee table. Dining room is for HO tracks, no problem. I take it you're not married then? Slot R leaves at 9:30 sharp on a Sunday because he gets his egg and bacon roll. Nice. Now, that's what you call a slot car room, says Daz. It absolutely is. So we just move on to the next track. Can someone make sense of this track? It's like I've just come out of Jurassic Park or a scene from some kind of sci-fi fantasy movie, like Troll, like, you know, way back when. I feel like, I mean, there's definitely some bizarre carvings going on here. It's like the Boneyard. I love it. Mad Max, says Steve Slots. Steve SPB Slots. Sorry, Steve. SPB Steve Slots. Amazing. I didn't get any more pictures around this track, but I mean, if anyone knows whose track this is, they are definitely a creative thinker. because I wouldn't have thought to do a boneyard style track. It is, yeah, mental, like Daz says, absolutely mental. Yeah, you should get this down the rally stages at the Pork Pie Rally event. Imagine it turning up to see like He-Man and Masters of the Universe style track. You're going to go into Skeletor's lair and try and rescue them. The Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. I know, it triggers everyone, that word. I love this. I'm going to give this a literal 10 out of 10 because it's creative. It's 1 in 32 scale. It's just, yeah. Oh, I know. I see now. I see it now. I not noticed it before. But the background walls are printed space scene. So this is a galactic track. This is supposed to be a planetary, intergalactic kind of moon surface or something like that. Pork Pie had Jurassic Park. I think Jurassic Park ate pork pie, mate. You know what I mean? Well done, Rob. Stone Rig operate from Oldham near Manchester. You can go and book to race there. What, we can go and race there? Oh. Oh, where's my notes? Stone Rig. Manchester. Got to be mad for it in Manchester. Very, very liberal town, Manchester. Very liberal town. I'm just hoping that that doesn't start rubbing off onto other areas. But yeah, Manchester, mad for it. It's where I grew up. Between there and Liverpool, spent my time between those two cities of absolute mayhem. UC sticker swap, get in there, mates. Death Wish 2000, says Paul Sharp. Hi, Paul, how you doing, mate? I didn't see you sneak in. The Racing Room UK Scalextric, there's a mouthful. They've got a few tracks at their unit, according to that. Pete says, Daz reckons there's a track fan outings in that. Yeah, we'll get up there on Manchester, man alive. If we actually make it there after going out in Manchester and being mad for it, we will be doing well. Because I am literally, when it comes to Manchester and going out in Manchester, the only way I can describe myself, liability. Only because I know what I can get away with in Manchester, and it's pretty much everything. That is 10 out of 10 for me. Creative superiority for this track. Yeah, Manchester, there's a reason I moved away from it. Because I literally am a liability in Manchester. Yeah, yeah, Manchester couldn't handle me. London could handle me. That could handle me. That's why I moved down south, because quite frankly, even Liverpool and Manchester put together, I am too much for both of them, especially on a night out. You've got to go out, innit? On it, in it. Love the wishbone, says Brian. Yeah, absolutely. Raving. Manchester brings out the very best in people, does. The very best in people. But anyway, talking about the very best in people, we're looking now at Ivan or Ivan, depending on where you are in the world. If you're in Eastern Bloc, they pronounce their I's as E's. So my brother-in-law is called Ivan, even though he's pronounced Ivan, like Ivan the Horrible. And so whatever way you pronounce it, I don't want to upset you. So Ivan, whatever it may be. But look at this. This is a 4-lane track, banked corners, oval. I think it's got a track on the inside as well, which looks like a bit of a figure 8. We've got another figure of 8 coming up in a bit, which is amazing. So do stay tuned for that. And if you are enjoying what you're seeing and you've just joined the show, do hit the like button for me, because it shares it out to other slot heads, which gives you more banter on a Sunday or when we go live generally. Russian Mafia, Ivan. Yep. Pete just realised that my track has no track fan sticker. Lucy, sorry, Anders, I constantly do this, man. Like, what is the matter with me? Anyway, Anders, we will rectify that the same as we're rectifying it with UC Dave. Nice. I've got an idea for Dave anyway. He's going to love my idea. Do we have, yes, a night shot of Ivan. I'm going to call it Ivan just because I'm in that mindset. A little cheeky night shot where you can see the inner track that I was just mentioning or questioning whether it has one. Oh, Dave. Dave says he works with two guys from Manchester. Don't worry, Dave. You'll get over it. Honestly. I'm not going there. Man, oh no. The Liberals left. Yeah, Dave, I'd watch yourself, mate. They might want to start calling you Davina or something, if you catch my drift. They're very liberal in Manchester. Dave will become Davina overnight, and yeah, you might you might have questions to ask yourself at a later stage. Your parents will definitely ask you questions, Davina. So we'll leave it there. But Manchester, you just got to watch yourself there. You'll go up there with anatomy and come away without. And I can say that because I lived there for years. So bite me, big boys. Talking about, well, I don't know if he's a big boy or not, but he's got a big boy track, and that is Dominic Roy. Where in the world are you, Dominic? I couldn't pick it up from the interweb when I was finding your amazing track, by the way. So there's quite a lot of work in progress to do here. You can just about see he's got some perspex, like a catch border around the whole perimeter, perspex catch. You're going to need it a bit higher than that, Dom, especially if someone like me graces your track, because I can de-slot on the straight. It's not a hidden secret. With that, that would be the next challenge, to de-slot on the straight, create a couple of barren rolls like you see on the movies, like the Cannonball Run or the Man with a Golden Gun, and then barren roll turbo over the perspex catch fence. That is your mission for the day, Dom. I want video, I want photographs, I want the lot. Remind me of Dick's old track with only 3 lanes. Exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's a bit odd, isn't it? 3 lanes. I was just going to say, he didn't buy this off Dave, of Dick, did he? Don't think so, because it's a personable track. I really like it. I think it's got good flow. It's got some nice straights and flow out of the straights. It's got a technical section with tight bends, tight condensed bends as well. Nice, and very minimal area for scenery. So he's gone for track is king rather than a decorative track, as a lot of us choose to do. Brilliant, brilliant effort. I would like to know if Dominic made this himself or if he's bought it in. All right, we've had an update from Rob Sale. He's just sent us a picture of beer. Yeah, don't do us any favours, Rob. You know, so Sue, my friend Sue Sale. What we need you to do now, Sue, is grab Rob by the back of the neck, scruff of the neck, grab his shirt, pull him back in it. Hang on a second. Pull him back in his chair like this. Get the pint and waterboard him with it. All right, that's what we need you to do. Sending us pictures of pints at 9:50 a.m. in the morning. I mean, you can tell he's been on his AA program, his Alcoholics Anonymous, because normally he sends us it at 8 a.m. So, you know, let's give credit where credit's due, Rob. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, keep it. Just don't let yourself down now. Drinking that pint. Unbelievable. And now, since Dave Slotter's left, we can call him a bastard without through fear of getting charged £1 for the fine. Well done, Dom. Well done, mate. Thank you ever so much for your track. We'll get into the next track now. Oh, and talking of Mario, oh no, actually, I tell you what, we'll go this one first. Oh, Oh, no way. Just backtracking a bit here, guys. I never missed the slide. Wow, I've missed the track out, everyone. Actually, I'll bring the track in next week because we've got the final track of the day is from Tom over at the Racing Room Extras, which is an amazing scenery, track entertainment, just creators. He's hit his stride, everyone. Tom has hit his stride. He is not only massively busy through his new scenery stuff, but he's always been integral into building and delivering track hospitality and track events. A bit like, you know, some other guys we know in here do it really well. He's also doing it really well. Now, let me share with you his track so that you can also appreciate how good. Ah, yeah, here we go. How good it is. So he's been commissioned to do a track for some guys out in the Middle East. Look at this. This defies all forms of physics, science, gravity, and anything we've ever seen before. Stand by, let's go. Yeah, press play, Pete. Press play. It's going to work out for everyone. Here we go. Make sense of that track. Okay, let's have a little quick whirl. I'll turn the music down on that one. So, what is this track about? It goes uphill, it goes round a corner, it gives you an advert there, it gives you an adverse camber into that little catch fence. He's got the Armaco barriers that he provides down all pretty much around the whole thing. And, you know, he's used looks like a 1:3 scale car on that. It's incredible. Absolutely top draw, Tomo. Tom kills it. We'll get it going round again. Brilliant work, mate. Like, I love the S's. So stop the car. Oh, no. We'll stop it on the next lap. Hold on. Right. There. That's there where he's just driven through, where the car is about there. Ridiculous. I haven't got a mouse. So it's like pulling teeth. Balls. Do it the old-fashioned way. Boom. There. Where the car is now on the left, look at the little rumble strips that he's got. They're actually embanked. They're embanked into the track. So it's not like a standard rumble strip. They're either convex or concave, depending on where it is. So where the car is now there you go. On the right-hand side of it, that is embanked, that rumble strip. Whereas if you look to the left, it goes off and away and downhill from the track. That's concave. Sorry, I got it wrong way. That's convex. The other one is concave. Concave is bent curves in, and convex is curved out. Amazing. Amazing attention to detail on the track is great. I like the way that it's not trying to be more than it is. It's a relatively, I'd say, compact track. You know, that is a larger slot car. It's not a 1 in 32 slot car on this. And I think that's on purpose. Yeah, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. So Steve SBB slots, I like that racing line coming down the straight. Yeah, exactly. He's put racing line in it. I think that's one of the appeal factors to it as well, is it actually follows a racing line, which is something that you struggle to do with pre-made tracks, if that makes sense. That's the flexibility you can have with when you're routing or CNC in a track for yourself or someone. You can follow the flow that you want, or a flow that follows a logical racing line and pattern, an apex. Very well made, says UC. And from UC slots, that means something. Okay. Right. Whilst we don't have a slide for his track, no. I'm going to do it properly. He needs a slide. We'll do that next week. In the scheme of things, we're getting towards the end of the show now, everyone. But before we get to the end of the show, we've got our inclusion from the most fabulous figure supplier out there on the planet, not just the UK, on the planet. You've got some work to do if you want to paint off with Tara from 1 in 32 scale Strictly Figures. Let's go. Yeah, that is a great little look over what is available and what is possible from 1 in 32 Strictly Figures. So, okay, just before we sort of get to the end of the show in our next 5 minutes or so, couple of things to check out if you are a loose end today. I know, right? It is nuts when it comes to the end of the show. 2 hours go like bang, like wildfire, don't they? They go absolute crazily quick, which makes it so fabulous to look forward to the next one. But Boone is back on the scene. So here you can see him detailing. Booney has made another video in a week and he's launched it, going faster and further on his Targa building. So if you want to get into the detail, pick up some tips and tricks from the OG, the original gangster in the hobby. He is the Grandmaster Flash of all things slot car, and just a lovely fella as well. Hi Boone, if you're watching this. I don't know if you watch these shows or not. I don't know if you're too cool for that. But thank you for your work. I love watching your videos in the background as I'm doing stuff. Gives me some great insights. Then bringing it round, something else you could watch today that went live yesterday, and it was sad. I can't watch it live. I have to watch it back. But it was Saturday morning tunes. Now I'm going to see if I can get this to work, but I've got a little extract from it for you to have a quick sneak preview on. So have a listen to this. This is about a minute long, just a quick extract of the sort of thing you can expect if you tune in and watch Pete, Joe, and often Rahul.
Carrera's business model is to sell forgive my language, but a of toy cars. Yeah. To whoever will buy them. And whether we want to think that we are their most important customer or not, we are not. We are the ones that bitch and moan the most. We are the ones that are the loudest voices, the squeakiest wheel maybe, but we are not the ones that are making them their money. No matter how much we want to think we are. Because for me, even having my, whatever, 40 or 50 Carrera cars, there's at least 40 or 50 kids out there who have a starter set that costs more than all these cars put together.
Yeah.
And those kids aren't complaining about the car breaking down.
Well, yeah, with that, yeah, then that goes into like maturity, right? Like, because I think what you're saying here, and it's something that happened to me as well, right? Like, forget about.
It worked. Yes, I got it to work. Oh, I feel like I've turned a corner 1 minute to finishing the show. But yeah, so go and watch that. Find out what happened to Joe. I mean, when the police left the scene, I think he was all right. I've said too much. Oh, I love it. I love it. Is it 4? It's 4 or 5 a.m. where Boone is, only 2 a.m. here. So what does that mean then? Does that mean Boone's on the West Coast and you're on the East Coast, Brad? Lol, missed that controversy. See, Fox and Wall, see, you're going to go back to that now and find out exactly what happened to Joe. I need to find out what happened to Joe. No, I know what happened to Joe. It's dead cool. Thanks for your content, guys. That was amazing. You know, I treat other content creators a little bit like veterans, yeah? So you meet a veteran, nice, thank you for your service, you know, doesn't hurt. They put themselves in the way of a potential disaster. So I always take a minute and say, thank you for your service. I'm a bit of an old school guy like that. If I see an older person, I'll offer them help. Even if, do you want to cross the road? Do you want me to get that door for you? Can I, you know, help you with those bags into the boot of your car? You got to do it. You got to keep our high standard alive and then keep drilling into the youth how it is. Because if we don't, they'll become, I can't say it, just become disaster. Right, so that's, check out Boone, check out Show Me Slot Cars, check out a load of the people on the sticker board, go back and refresh yourself, their channels. And then if you've done all of that, there's nothing else left to do. Check that out. Go and have a look at that. That'll give you something else to do. If you're not going to have a look at that, give it to your wife and say, that's your Christmas list. Yeah, quid in. Right. On that note, everyone, I think Boone is in the Midwest. Cheers, Brad. Happy birthday to Walls next week. Happy birthday, Walls. My word. So let me think. What's your birthday? Oh, hang on. You're younger than me, so I think it's 874 or is it 875 this year? I can't remember. I mean, I'm 912. I feel like it. So yeah, well, we'll get on that. So Fox Walls is having a birthday this week. What day? What day, Fox? What day is his Walls' birthday? Cheers, Daz. Thank you, mate. I'm just going to get this info from Fox. And then what we'll do is we'll wrap it up, everyone, on a Sunday slot car session. Finest live stream. Next to the Aussie live show. Next to Show Me Saturday Morning Tunes. Next to Marty Ford. Next to, of course, the Slothead Crew every other Friday, 6 p.m. UK time. Oh, that is such a good show. You've got Anders with his cat now and again. Can never get enough of cats. 25th. Okay. Thank you, Fox. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've no idea. You've just thrown Wolsey under the bus. I'm only joking. We love Walls. We love Walls. Me and Walls, we're hernia buddies, don't forget. We had hernias in the same year. So, yeah, we've got chemistry. Nothing to do with slot cars, just we were both sliced and diced. And we're doing well for it now. You're looking good, Walls. I'm telling you. Never a day never a day older than you were before you went under the knife, or me. Anyway, thank you ever so much for tuning in, everyone. I digress into operations, but we are here, the most electrifying place on the planet, every Sunday. Only happens because you guys show up. So thank you for your company. I hope you've appreciated the show. Hit the like button, share it now so other people can see it as they wake up and get their coffee and morning fix of Sunday Slotcast sessions with me, Pete Brown. So let's go at it. We always love this bit of the show. We get to scream our balls off. Good morning, track fans! Yeah!